Hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site-42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over the last year and going, because the daily stream streak remains strong, I'm here today to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next approximately 90 minutes for this coffee break. But before I begin the general Q&A, let me start with a little bit of housekeeping. Dr. Albert Wesker, congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Alongside you, Sleepless Dragon, Philip November, 369 Destroyer, Senior Researcher Alex, Aoki, Rune. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site-42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, Intern Tambari, Intern 100 Stars, Intern Scorcher, Intern Dax Rays, Intern Some Person Perhaps, Intern Not a Chaos Insurgency Spy, Intern Kelmsford Invictus, Intern Carol Sam, Intern SCP-166, Intern Yellocal Bean, Intern Hotel California, Intern Necrosis, Intern Opal, and Intern Dakota. Thank you all for being here punctually, and thank you for being here today just for being you. Now, today's stream is sponsored, but not in the people are giving us money sense, the people that I'm giving attention sense. You see, our stream subject and our sponsorship go together because SCP Containment Breach, the movie by Keter Labs, is currently on day 2 of its Kickstarter. We are trying to get an active SCP movie into theaters, people. This is our moment. We've been waiting for it, and this is our best shot. They've got the backing of some big names. They have a 10-minute proof of concept short film. They have the budgetary write-up and plan to get it made and into frickin' theaters. If the backrooms can do it, we can do it. And so, at the end of day 1, our friends at Keter Labs are currently sitting at a Kickstarter total of 15,555. You know, that's a little too close to the 5 fives there. I'm a little nervous. We're going to have to do a lot more donations to get it over that hump so that that anomaly does not come forth. But for just a moment, for our sponsorship section, let's look at the trailer. Don't do it, 079. You're repugnant, 682. That guy should be playing Bobble the Clown. It's right here in this room with us. And it'll kill you, it'll kill you, it'll kill you. Hopefully, it'll kill me. Oh, that's a satisfying thump. Hi, Zach. So, Site 42 staff, members of our Containment Hazard Assessment team, members of Mobile Task Force Psi 42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. You know your mission. Go show some gumption out there. Show them your wallet, give them donations. If you can't donate or if you've already donated, share it everywhere. Make little clips of the trailer, make edits, make memes. Spread this on social media. The more people that are talking about it, the more the algorithm says, oh, people must be very interested in this. And then the algorithms churn it up. So, Dakota, you said you're broke? Donate your time and effort. This is how these things get made. Make fan art, make edits, make memes, clips. Tell everybody. Tell SCP fans. Tell the horror movie communities. Tell the indie fans, indie filmmaker fans. Everybody you can think to tell needs to know this could happen. We got Iron Lung in theaters. Markiplier herself did that. We got The Back Rooms, an internet creepypasta picked up by A24. SCP, the movie, is going into theaters, but only if we all team up. I don't have time either. I need to study for high school entering exam. Dakota, you are here in stream. While you are in stream, in a second tab, you can like, share, subscribe to YouTube's Keter Labs channel. You can spread the word. You can watch all their videos for watch time. Like, comment on everything. You still have power. Do not think, oh, I can't do it. Think, what can I do? There's always something. Even the smallest little snowflake can become a giant avalanche rolling downhill with the right things. So if you can't spread Keter Labs for some reason, I don't know why, maybe you're blocked from their account, share us. Share us at Site 42 and we'll keep the faith. We're doing our best, but we need your help. I can't do it alone. So Site 42 staff, can I get the channel's name? I have a cousin that can make good edits. Very good. That's a great idea. Dakota, the channel name on YouTube is Keter Labs. Keter Labs is the studio producing this SCP Containment Breach, the movie. They are on YouTube and other social medias. Follow them everywhere. Get them spread around. Let's do it. We're sitting at 15K 555. Could be higher. Remember, our major goal here, scrolling down to their stretch goals. Remember, the 125 only gets us 10 minutes more of the feature film because movies are fucking expensive. And so this is just like what SCP Gallionic did. And I gotta admit, I was nervous. I was like, hey guys, your stretch goal isn't even for the full thing. And then Gallionic crushed it. So they put crow in my mouth where I had to eat crow. That's a metaphor, please. But we need to get them to at least 450 to get an indie quality version of the full movie. What I want is 750, which gives them a studio level filming. It means it'll be better than indie. It'll look better than what we saw in the preview. What they shot was a shoestring and chewing gum budget. We want to give them better than that because we've seen what they can do with shoestring and a budget. Reminder, that 173 that you saw, that 689, those were practical models. That if you donate high enough to the Kickstarter, you can actually get the ones that they used in the movie. But this is not an AI production. This is a real ass movie. And this is being made by filmmakers who are passionate about filmmaking, passionate about the SCP community. We have this in the bag. We have our opportunity. These are our golden boys. We need to support our boys. And so, Keter Labs, you know the rules. You know what to do. Make it happen. Go team. Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codename Signal Boosters. Keter Labs made that trailer with nothing but a box of scraps in a damn cave. Get out here and go support it. You're damn right, intern shark nerd. Stop swearing, Dr. Sherman. You're supposed to be professional. Yeah, but I'm like the fun kind of professional. And after all, if you work at the foundation, oh my word, the amount of swearing everyone does. Because sheesh. We work in some terrible places. We got to let out steam somehow. All right. So that is our sponsored section. They just broke 16K while I was yapping at you guys. Another $500 to Containment Breach the movie. Whoever done it, you're my best friend right now. The next person who donates will be my next best friend. And it continues and continues. We're making friends here in the SCP community, and we're making fucking movies. Keep it up, fam. Keep it up. Woo! All right. Going back to the chat. So that was our stream subject. That was our sponsor segment. It's going to be our sponsor segment for the next 39 days because they're doing a 40-day Kickstarter. And we are going to make it go over the line. One way or another, I will see an SCP Foundation movie in a theater before I'm done. I will see it. The goal is on the horizon. We will make it. Now, let me catch up on the donations that came in during the intro and the sponsor/stream subject, and then we'll move on to general Q&A for the next 1 hour and 20 minutes. 100 stars. Thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they enjoy its twinkle. Philip November, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a beans on toast on your way past the commissary. 1 viewer and up 6 votes. Success. Keep hitting that like button, people. When you hit the like button, even in here, you spread the algorithm. They hear SCP the movie. They go, what? They go Google it. They find the Kickstarter. They donated. So keep it going. Mr. Brick says, will you watch the Backrooms movie? You saw nothing, but I will be seeing the Backrooms movie. I will be seated. I've already got my tickets reserved because I'm going to go and see what Kane Parsons did, what my boy Chiwetel Ejiofor did in that movie. Love that guy from the movie Serenity, the operative. Hell yeah. Now, I want to know how the Backrooms did it. That way we can do it. So I'm doing field research. It's a business expense. I'm seeing that movie for work. The government has to take that into account for my taxes because it's a work expense that I get to enjoy because I love my fucking job. Neverwhere the Furry, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a waffle on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, who would win? The guy from Immortal Snail, not the snail itself, or the gorilla that fights 100 people? Well, unless the snail thwarted the immortal, then the thing is, the guy's immortal, but still can be wounded. The gorilla can still pulverize and break all its bones. And so the immortal man is just going to be a puddle of broken bones that can't fight back because a human being cannot fight a vanilla gorilla. Delicious. A immortal man cannot fight a gorilla in unarmed combat. So the gorilla would still win. I mean, until the gorilla died of old age, then the man would win, but at what cost? Philip November, thank you for sending 20 Site 42 memberships to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. You are fueling our green names so we can win the battle against the white name Scourge. Now, if you got a promotion from Philip November, if you are now a green name and you are in this chat actively, make sure to thank Philip November for their generosity. Nice glasses. Thank you, Global Occult Coalition Captain. Yes, as you can see, I am still dealing slightly with an eye issue. It looks a lot better. I can take it down and you can see my eye is a lot more normal looking. But when I stare right ahead right now, my right eye is getting very blurry and my left eye isn't. So I'm still not fully recovered yet, unfortunately. Ay, ay, ay. The meat vessels, man. Meat vessels. Can't live with them, except you have to live with them. But you can't live wherever with them, unless you make a deal with an immortal snail assassin. Curious. Cool man fight. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some beefed jerky on your way past the commissary. Hello, Dr. Sherman. Are we talking about the SCP movie trailer? Can I get a hell yeah scream from you, Dr. Sherman, in the Site 42 chat? You were correct. We were discussing SCP Containment Breach the movie and its trailer and its skyrocketing Kickstarter. And you can, in honor of SCP Containment Breach the movie and the people producing it, Keter Labs, go a good, give a big, hell yeah! Because we're going places. Philip November, thank you for your donating again to say, I demand you look up SCP Red Window. It's already fully backed on Kickstarter. Are you telling me there's another SCP project kickstarting at the same time as Keter Labs? SCP Red Window. And you should type Red Window, Dr. Sherman, and not Rindo. I don't know why I'm combining words today. Kickstarter, Stephen Hancock, Altavision. Altavision is a YouTube channel with 32,500 subscribers. Low budget films with high budget visuals. Ah, they're the team that did SCP Black Meridian. I see. That was a pretty good one, if I remember correctly. Well, I'll have to look more into them to see what they're putting together. But they've made their funding goal of 35,000, so that's very good for them. I'm glad to see another SCP short film going on. Following the steps of our previous work, SCP Overlord, SCP Dollhouse. Is Altavision Evan royalty? Red Window is the next chapter of Black Meridian from the perspective of a Mobile Task Force Recon team following a global anomalous event. I did like the way they filmed Black Meridian, and I do like that they're going for short films in a progressive story, kind of chapterizing their SCP movie. A very wise plan. Desk, it's Alta, not Alto. Do, 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 do. The only downside of this Altavision thing is I am not a big fan of the tactical vibe that they have, which just, it's because I'm overdone with all the, okay, we put on some tac gear and made it an SCP movie. But that's not to say theirs isn't good, a good version of that thing. So I still appreciate and hope the best for what they're making. While it's not my personal favorite, I can separate myself and objectively say they're doing pretty good work and they deserve to succeed. Now, I don't know Stephen Hancock or Daniel Roden Clark, their sound designer, composer, and director, but more power to them. Yeah, the SCP community is a big community, in that I did not even know this was happening. And I am supposedly keeping track of everything that goes on in the SCP community to the best of my ability. And yet, there's always more. There's always more. So, congratulations to Red Window for getting funded. I'm going to keep hyping Keter Labs because they're going bigger and they're going to need more help. Mm, 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 mm. Dr. Sherman, could SCP-500 cure the melting caused by the sun in SD Locke's SCP-001 proposal? Hum. So the thing about it is, it does not seem that the flesh entities from When Day Breaks really focus on eating, as far as I can tell. Now, I have not looked into exemplary works such as Mr. Illustrated's continued scenes of the When Daybreak universe, co-written by himself and Dr. Sumerian, I believe. But what I believe is those flesh monsters might be quote-unquote perfect beings, and that they don't need to eat or sleep. They just run around fleshly in a melding orgy of flesh and euphoria. I mean, think about how much they enjoy what's happened to them. And all they really are characterized as doing is grabbing people and bringing them into the sun so they get meldified. So, all of this to say, if the flesh entities do not digest because they don't eat, then 500 would have no effect. It would be stuck in the goop solidly, and they would probably spit it out as detritus. That's at least my first guess. I'm in a local writers club, and during today's meeting, I managed to introduce SCP to them, including the SCP movie Kickstarter. That's how you do it, 369 Destroyer. There are people in life with like interests. You make them way into making them SCP fans. Dr. Sherman, is the Backrooms considered a Thaumiel SCP? Please, I can't donate. Well, intern Jurassic Gut, you do, lucky for you, I do check the white names as well. I, of course, answer donations first because priority, they actually donated. That's very kind of them. I must return their generosity. But the tut, white names still get, the regular chat messages do get reported as well, especially if I find an interesting one. Now, the Backrooms cannot be a Thaumiel SCP for two movies. I'm messing up my words a lot today. But it is because I just saw someone asking about the movie. So, intern Antoine Zhang, if the Kickstarter SCP Containment Breach the movie is fully funded, it will be released in theaters Q2 of 2029, and it will then be on YouTube Q4 of 2029. So obviously we want the theaters to go see it, let the theaters make some money, let some money on the back end be seen, go see it in a frickin' theater, and then it can come to YouTube later. Now, back to Jurassic Gut. The Backrooms cannot be a Thaumiel SCP for two reasons. Number one, it's because it can't be an SCP. The Backrooms is a separate property from the SCP universe. We can't steal other people's IP, it's against the rules. But, let's say for the sake of argument, it was in an imaginary universe, an SCP. The Backrooms is not Thaumiel in any way. I don't know why you would think it would be helpful to contain things. Just like when people suggest putting things in SCP-3008, the Infinite IKEA, the spatial anomalies are unpredictable. We would lose the anomalies. They would get loose. Monsters in the back room / the employees of the Infinite IKEA would mess with Foundation guards, probably killing them, and cause a lot of issues. No, it's not Thaumiel, and I don't know why you think it would be. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again to say. Dr. Sherman, I got good news for you. I made a donation to Keter Labs SCP movie, $50 worth. Now it will be a C-class in the movie, hopefully. That's what heroes do. The thing is, In a perfect Pollyanna world where everything worked out perfectly, we would have one person, or we would have each person donate $1, and 1,000,000 people would donate, and then we'd be done. But not everybody can donate, and not everybody knows about it. So some of us have to do our best to pick up the slack. I'm glad you donated $50. That's a very generous donation to the movie. I put in the site director level, obviously, site director, of $250. I'm not made of money. Remember, starving artists are a thing in the SCP community. That goes for me as well. So I put in what I could to make sure this thing happens. And I need everybody else out there to do the same, because the more people that donate, the more spread out it can be. I pledged $50 already to the film's Kickstarter. I'm ready for this movie to be real. Intern Flames. That's badass. You're badass. Good work. And a reminder, if you are not a donor to the Kickstarter because you're part of the Broke Gang, be a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename Signal Boosters. Donate your time and effort. Share it with people. Like all of Keter Labs' videos. Comment on all of them. Share their channel. Subscribe to their channel. Make sure they get boosted in the algorithm. Make clips of them and tag Keter Labs. Make memes. Make edits. Do all this so that they get more traction in the algorithm. They get shown at a higher priority. More people see it. More people donate. Donate your time if you can't do it. Will I get more content? I don't mind if I'm in the movie or not. I just want more content. There are stretch goals for the movie, literally to add SCPs that were not going to previously be in it, and action scenes, because those stunt intensive, special effects intensive scenes cost a lot of money. So if you're donating to it, then you will literally get more content in the film. The more we donate, the more movie there is, which is pretty insane. Intern Epic, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Philip November, thank you for donating again to say, I donated $150 to the project. Hell yes, Philip November. Your generosity, both to Site42 and to the SCP community as a whole. We value it greatly. This is how we get the big projects. In the moment of truth, when we are in the fire, you guys are coming out in force. This is what we're here for. Baby, this is what you came for. Movies about the SCP Foundation. And we'll all be watching them in a movie theater. I'm sorry, I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm not calm. I am amped. I am amped. I might make a couple edits and hope that the algorithm picks it up so more of the SCP community and outsiders see it. Damn right, Flames. Damn right. This is how we do it. We as a community need to be like Goku's fuel for a spirit bomb. We need to rally our energy so that Keter Labs, our Goku, can thwart the bad guy. The bad guy being not having an SCP movie in theaters, which is a really bad guy. Not a fan of that guy. So let's bomb that guy with spirit. Da, da, na, 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 na. Da, na, 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 na. Da, na, 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 na. Da, 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 na. Da, na, 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 na. Da, na, 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 na. Da, na, 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 na. Da, da. What about besides the movie will I get more content? Don't mean to be a pain. I also have church in an hour. So SCP-166, dear lady, when you ask more content, what do you mean in that sense? Can you elaborate? I do know that Keter Labs is releasing a bunch of videos during the Kickstarter to explain what they're doing, show some behind the scenes, that kind of stuff. But, what kind of content are you looking for? Mm, 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 mm. If I make a couple edits, I'll tell you, so you can send the Site 42 minions to the videos for more views, equal more of a chance for the algorithm to send it out to others. Yes, if you are making memes and clips and edits, tell me about them, because I will then share them with my larger platforms, and we will boost them around even more. It's an echo chamber, people, but the echoes can leave outside the box and then grab people and pull them into the echo chamber. And boy, will their ears get fucked then. Scratch that. Don't take that out of context. I meant from the loud noises. Leave it alone. I need to turn up my fan. I'm sweating. I'm so excited here. Any content. I mean, there isn't much for me. 166 Dear Lady, I still need you to be more specific. I feel, are you talking about specifically, will there be SCP-166 content? As in content about 166? Is that what you're asking? I'm still confused as to what you're saying. You know what? Time to open up Sony Vegas. I'm going to work on a few right now. Damn right, Flames. Fantastic. Is SCP-999 54 kilograms? Intern Leith Pierre. What a very specific question. We know it's... I remember it's 2 meters by 1 meter. I've not had to specifically discuss its weight very often. Subject size and shape is easy, malleable, and can change shape at will, though when it rests, 99 becomes a rounded oblate dome roughly 2 meters wide and 1 meter in height. Yes, 54 kilograms, approximately 120 pounds. I feel like if you knew that, intern Leith Pierre, then why did you ask it? I am a hecking confused. Yes, I meant content about my awesome self. Okay, SCP-166, I do not know if Mary is part of the content plan for Keter Labs' Containment Breach the movie. I think, most likely, I would guess no, because 166 is kind of a chill character, and this is going to be a more hectic, Containment Breach activity movie with violence and horror and gore and things. But it's possible they might add something like that. I mean, you would have to ask them. I'm currently in talks to get the director, Zach, from Keter Labs on a stream with us so we can have a Q&A to help out with the Kickstarter. So maybe that'll be the time to ask. What would your stand be? Intern Possumizer. Because I am not a follower of JoJo outside of what I've learned through cultural osmosis, I am not exactly sure what my stand would be. If you guys want to commiserate on the subject, perhaps you could come up with an idea for me. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Someone should make a Dr. Sherman out of context video. Synth has done that to me before in the edits. If you bug Synth, maybe he'll do it again. Can I have SCP-999? Intern cereal? No. It is an anomaly in containment. It stays in containment. 079 is cyberbullying me. What do we do? Intern Tau. It's a computer from the 70s. It has the processing power of it has less processing power than a TI-83 graphing calculator. So don't let it bother you. It's barely a computer. Pullman Fight, thank you for donating again to say. We have more likes than people. Oh, we do. 87 likes to 67 people. Good work, Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Because of your like button hitting, more people will see this stream and learn that there is an SCP Foundation community movie being made right now. If we can kickstart it. The Kickstarter is open. People need to go fund that thing so I can sit in a movie theater with some popped corn and enjoy an SCP movie. So, the more you hit that like button, the more people show up to stream and see the subtitle and go, what? What is that? A movie of SCP? We got this, people. Keep up the good work. And if I win the Euro Jackpot or Viking Lotto, I will do another donation to Keter Lab SCP movie. That lottery wish. Maybe. If we can get some lottery winner into SCP to help us make some things, that'd be very cool. Blue Phantom, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a sweet cup and cake on your way past the commissary. 4 more days till 999 can wander the facility again. I feel like you've said 4 more days for 3 or 4 days now. Are you sure you're missing? Have you been up for that long? Have you not slept? It's getting a little worrying, I gotta be honest. Why doesn't the Foundation just smash SCP-079 with a sledgehammer? Well, intern Epsilon Red, it's because we are not the Global Occult Coalition. We don't destroy anomalies. We keep them contained. We keep studying them. We learn more about them. Now, yes, does that mean that the anomaly is still active and could breach containment and cause several deaths among staff? Yes. But that is a sacrifice I am willing to make in the name of science. In the name of science! Blue Phantom, thank you for donating again to say. Never mind, it's 3. I couldn't remember I said 4 yesterday. I see, Blue Phantom. Now, you see, though, I see in your message history, Blue Phantom, that you said 4 days ago, not just yesterday, but you said it 2 days ago. So this is your 3rd day of saying 4. If I counted properly, then 4, 3, 2. Today is actually 2 days. Until. Yeah. You think that I'm just a random streamer who doesn't pay any attention to my chat. But you see, memory like a rusted steel trap. Sometimes it works. Dr. Sherman, before church, can you tell me more about SCP-689? 9 is going to be in Containment Breach the movie because it was already in the 10-minute intro. So SCP-689, codename Haunter in the Dark, is a small green soapstone statue 30 centimeters in height. It is carved in the semblance of what appears to be an unknown deity of the underworld, a seated skeletal figure with the hands clasped over the knees. It is completely inert for as long as being watched by at least one human being. Normal behavior such as blinking do not appear to interrupt the watching, but any lapse in attention, however momentary, renders the observer vulnerable. As soon as 689 is unobserved, it vanishes from its current location. Within 15 to 20 seconds, one person who has previously viewed the anomaly dies instantly, 689 reappearing on top of their remains. If no previous viewers are presently alive, it reappears in the same place as previous. So it's another, much like 173, look at me or I'll kill you. I tell you, these anomalies, they're so needy for attention. Sheesh. But in SCP Containment Breach, the movie, which is currently in Kickstarter, I hope that you are ready for it. 689 is featured. And I'm going to put the trailer on again so we can enjoy the cool trailer. And also so we can see SCP-689 spawning from a person who it ended. So, here's the trailer. Of course, we've got 079. 682 is yapping in the background. One 7-3. Esteemed guests, friends of the Foundation, beloved colleagues, humanity's greatest threat is not downstairs. There it is. It's right here. Spooky. Beloved colleagues, humanity's greatest threat is not downstairs. So yes, that is coming out of a person whom it has murked. All right. And as of current watching the trailer, the Kickstarter is at $16,355. It's got another $250 up. Keep up the good work, everyone. Time check, Dr. Frogman. We are currently 40 minutes into a stream that will continue for another 45-ish minutes. Wandering by the Books, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some Cracker Jacks on your way past the commissary. Next, it'll be 5 days again. Well, we'll see if Blue Phantom can keep their head straight on the amount of time that should be the punishment for 999. McLooney Tunes looking dumbass. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a McGriddle cake on your way past the commissary. Coleman Fight, thank you for your first donation. No, you've donated already. What am I saying? I'm in a hurry. Oh, McLooney Tunes. Yes, you got your McGriddle cake. Good. Coleman Fight, thank you for donating again to say, this is the donation for 100th person that liked this stream. Can we get another hell yeah for the Keter Labs movie? Well, I do, in fact, enjoy that we have 100 likes because that'll keep the people coming into stream. We do want Keter Labs' SCP Containment Breach the movie to reach its funding goals. So I will, in fact, give you a big hell yeah! Let's keep it rolling, people. Site 42 will continue to grow. And the SCP community will continue to grow. And the SCP Containment Breach movie will continue to grow. We will fight, fight, fight. May and Max, thank you for subscribing to Site 42. Welcome to staff. Should I make fan art of SCP-4645? Dr. M, I did not need to read that whole thing because when you said, should I make fan art? Yes! Yes, you should make art. That is the whole ethos of the SCP community. Making things. Make art. Make stories. Do it. I don't care what SCP you make it of. Just do it. Dr. Sherman, how would the Foundation deal with a scenario similar to the Invincible War? Well, Dr. Frogman, if a bunch of Viltrumite ass evildoers show up all over the planet and start killing folk, the SCP Foundation is going to be in a rough pinch. Because we are damn good, and we are a worldwide organization, but our forces that go into battle are mostly tac gear soldiers. We don't have a lot of super soldiers like Mobile Task Force Tau 5, codenamed Samsara. And so the tech to take down a Viltrumite on its own is already tough. We'd basically be in the same scenario as the Global Defense Alliance, the GDA, whatever they're called, in Invincible, which is hoping that other supers stop them, trying our best to send what we have at them. It would certainly breach secrecy, which would be very annoying to us. That is a Broken Masquerade scenario on hand. Lots of deaths. Selma Beatrice, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some funnel cake on your way past the commissary. Funny part, the Kickstarter ends on my birthday. Well then, Selma Beatrice, I sincerely hope that your birthday present is a fucking SCP Foundation movie! Yeah. Wandering by the books, thank you for donating again to say. Do you think dragons are cool? Any dragon SCPs? So I do think in general, dragons are fairly neato. We do have a strange amount of dragon or half dragon or dragon related staff members here at Site 42 if you watch our containment hazard assessment team long enough. Sleepless Dragon, I believe, Dr. Darkstar is a dragon. Drac is a dragon. We had a lot of dragons around these parts. Now, when it comes to dragon SCPs, I mean, 682 is called a dragon very often, but I wouldn't classify it fully as a dragon. Actually, SCP-682 plays the part of a dragon in the tale, The Dragon and the Pesterbot, where during a containment breach of 682, it encounters SCP-1370 Pesterbot, and their battle is epically terrible. You can actually listen to a reading of me performing the audiobook version of The Dragon and the Pesterbot on this channel. It's pretty funny. Pesterbot is always amazing. Now, of course, we could always make everyone cry by talking about SCP-1762. Here were dragons. That chokes up everybody when we talk about those dragons on the SCP database. Seems like SCP-3844, codename To Slay a Dragon, has dragons going on. So yeah, we got a bunch of dragons around these parts. What if you could kill the shy guy? Well, intern Hug, then we couldn't study it anymore, and that would frustrate me. So let's not, and say we didn't. Sleepless Dragon, thank you for sending sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they enjoy the sparkle. I'm looking at cams and I don't see Old Man Larry. Hey, intern Leith Pierre, thank you for reminding me. If you are a fan of SCP Containment Breach, the video game, a SCP series on YouTube just had a new set. Let me get to the YouTube channel. A YouTuber by the name of Omencito, with approximately 41,000 subscribers, has started a series called SCP Containment Breach-EX, and it breaks down the different mechanics of SCP Containment Breach, understanding the code and how the anomalies work and all that sort of business. It is a pretty damn fine series. We go to the videos of Omencito. How 106 functions, 173. How the maps are generated. Random trivia about Containment Breach. How does 914 decide what it's going to make in the game? How does a med kit in Containment Breach actually damage you? And why can the 9TL Fox's guns heal you? How the coffee machine functions and what you can get out of it. It's a very good series. So I suggest checking out the Omencito YouTube channel and tell him Dr. Sherman from Site 42 sent you. I watched the Radical Larry video last night. It was very informative and entertaining. Can I kidnap Dr. Glass? No. I'm curious what other SCPs Keter Lab make, especially if it's all practical effects. 049 and 106 might be easier to make than most, but 096 and 939 would likely be harder and thus be quite impressive. Yeah, someone on Twitter was ragging on Keter Labs because they used assets from one of the games for 096 on a screen, and it's like, it's just on a screen, guys, and come on, they're working with a shoelace budget here. They're doing their best. We gotta fund them before they can do something. Every time I hear Radical Larry, I hear the magical Trevor song from the olden days. Everyone loves magical Trevor. Oh, dear Lord. Dr. Sherman, what did I do? Intern Leith Pierre, you inspired me to talk about the Omencito YouTube channel and the cool SCP Containment Breach breakdown series they're doing. Sir, is there a reason why anomalies aren't treated better even when they have been proven not to hurt people unless necessary? Intern Derry Duke, that is a very open-ended question. Define better. I mean, do you want us to put them up in 5-star hotel accommodations? Listen, this is still a research facility kind of prison scenario. This is not a stay in Tahiti. So yeah, we can give them certain privileges if they behave themselves. The ones that behave themselves are treated better than the ones that aren't, but that's about the best I can say about it. Mm-hmm. How long have you been fiddling with the pen, Doctor? The spin is very impressive. Intern Lenny Face, I have been practicing my pen spinning for over 12 to 13 years by now. I started a very long time ago. I don't know a lot of tricks. I just know how to spin both ways with both hands. And that's just through practice and practice. I was inspired by the James Bond movie GoldenEye. The character Boris spins a pen and keeps clicking it as a fidget. And so I taught myself to do it because I thought it looked fun. What do you mean there are tricks you can do with pen spinning? Oh, Dax Rays, if you watch pen spinning videos on YouTube, they do all these kind of throws and catches and they're spinning it around their thumb. Pen spinners are insane. I am an amateur. Intern TLC Head, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Mm-hmm. 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 Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, good, good. Clear the tabs. We're back. Dr. Sherman, I think 049 should get access to living animals again. Dr. Ham was so long ago, let bygones be bygones. Intern Tao, I and the site directorship will be in charge of what 049 gets or doesn't get. Furthermore, you don't get to talk about Dr. Ham like that. You weren't friends with Raymond the way I was. Watch your tone. You know, I think I will address this. Hey, intern Annoying Clef. I need you to know that your profile picture is breaking a rule of our chat. That rule being that we do not talk about the character known as Dr. Bright in any shape or form in the Site42 chat. That includes the amulet. Because, A, the author of Dr. Bright, who used that character as a self-insert, was banned from the community for massive grooming and pedo allegations. B, the character of Dr. Bright was depicted by said author as lusting over a young teenager at least once. And C, the amulet is part of the possession kink, allegedly, of the author. And so you said you're sorry. That's cool. In the future, please change your profile picture because we are not giving Dr. Bright existence anymore. There are a lot more SCP doctors who can be funny, goofy guys, myself and Dr. Clef included, but the amulet's against the rules. You probably didn't know. We're not mad at you. Most people don't know about it because the SCP Wiki is a community of 2,500 authors, I think it was the other day I read the number, and maybe 10,000, 20,000 people visit the actual site versus millions of fans who only get it through YouTube channels and stuff. So, people don't know, but they could know, and it's our job to keep telling people. All right. Site42 staff, we currently have approximately 35 minutes left in stream as a time check. 35 minutes. And as a check-in with our friendly neighborhood SCP containment breach, the movie, they are currently sitting at a cool $16,355. We need that number to be higher. So make sure you are continuing to like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, not just to us at Site42, but share the Kickstarter. Talk about it online. Get the algorithms amped up so that this keeps getting shared around. People need to know. Make memes about it. Make clips. Make edits from the Containment Breach 10-minute short. There's a lot of material there. Intern GOC Captain, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. SOM Studios got a little over 326,000, so Keter Labs getting 325 for an hour doesn't seem too importable. Either improbable or impossible. No, I don't think it's improbable. We just need to keep spreading the word. The more that people know, the more chances we got for people to want to donate. Hello, Dr. Sherman. I wanted to thank you for getting me back in the SCP fandom. Intern Carlatana. You're quite welcome. I find it quite an interesting space to be in. There's such a diversity. There's something for everyone in the SCP community. The problem is, most people just don't know how to find what they're interested in. And so if I can share that information, I'm happy to do so. The SCP community just might be the world's largest creative, collaborative arts project of all time, which is pretty neat. A couple years ago, I was interviewed by a doctoral student at a university about the history of the SCP community and how it works with immersive fiction and interactive internet fiction. I wonder if that paper ever got finished. Dr. Sherman, have you watched SCP Overlord on YouTube? Intern Ice Fox, I am quite familiar with Evan Royalty's work. I have seen it. It's not bad. Again, not my flavor. I prefer more of the researcher character side of things rather than the tack gear guys all the time kind of thing. But it is well made for what it is, and I appreciate that they keep making SCP content. Mm-hmm. 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 I want a buddy cop movie about Dr. Sumerian and Dr. Clef that is basically just hot fuzz. Well, that could be a funny movie. Sumerian is pretty chill and Clef is pretty not. They already have some good buddy cop scenarios in the Tales. We could adapt one of those pretty easily. Dr. Sherman, I haven't been very active in the SCP community for a while. Isn't the original SCP-173 image like 22 years old now or something? So intern Tau, the what I would say is the SCP-173 article we know was posted with said photo in 2007, which makes the photo which makes the SCP-173 19 years old this June, and makes the photo at least 19 years old because it existed before the article. Now, I think the article itself has the title of the image, and I believe it's Untitled 2004. And if so, that would likely be the correct year it was made. No, Untitled 2004 is a work by Banksy. Oh no, Untitled 2004 is also the name of 173. So likely it was made in 2004, making it 22 years old. Probably. Adam Gamer, thank you for subscribing to Site 42. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Intern Frost, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Grab yourself some Rio on your way past the commissary. Got a baby groundhog, but not anomalous, just cute. Well, very nice. I hope you and your baby non-anomalous groundhog have a good time. Handle proper protocols for animal control. I do not know if there are animal control standards for having a baby groundhog. How is SCP still older than me? Well, intern Tarleton Fox, time is linear, at least unless you're in the temporal anomalies department. And so if it was older than you before, it's still going to be older than you now. That's not going to change. Do you stream every day? Global Occult Captain, we have been streaming daily for 1 year, 1 month, and 2 days. I have streamed every single day at least once. And so, will that streak go on forever? Probably not. I have to die sometime. But as long as we have good energy in the stream, we're helping SCP projects. You guys keep donating. That way I can do this as my side hustle and not have to go full-time at my job. Then yes, then we will continue keeping the daily streams going. Amber, we were talking about Weird Al. Yes, the Oreo song. Amber, thank you for sending a floating heart to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they feel the love. How old are you? Intern Harjinder. I am 39 years old. You gotta be of a certain age and seniority to become the site director of a Foundation site. Actually, I'm a little on the younger edge of SCP Foundation site directors. Is Weird Al an anomaly? No, not to our knowledge, intern Lenny Face. But we do know that the song The Night Santa Went Crazy is mentioned in at least 2 or 3 SCP articles. It's very popular among SCP authors for some reason. The guy who made Untitled 2004 was very kind about the situation, inspired the entire concept, so I appreciate him. Yes, considering that we took his very thoughtful piece of work about being shy about one's appearance and all of the artfulness of that statue and turned it into a poopy statue that kills people, The artist handled it with a large amount of grace, and we appreciate them greatly, despite the slight controversy in how we were founded. Is Siren Head an SCP? No, intern Alice Dare. Siren Head is a creation of Trevor Henderson and is part of that universe of creatures. SCP is a different IP/universe of creatures and monsters and objects and places and people and things. So Siren Head is not an SCP, although back in 2020, a lot of people got very confused and thought Siren Head was an SCP. What if you put 096 into 914 and set it to very fine? You would be fired. Out of a cannon. Into the sun. We have stopped organic testing on 914 a long time ago due to the unpredictability of life forms in the anomaly. Isn't there a knockoff joke, Siren Head, that I'm spelling wrong? It's a ship thing. Yes, SCP, I forget its number, but if you spell Siren Head as one word, then it's SCP 5987. And the joke is that because everyone was mistaking Siren Head, the Trevor Henderson creation, as an SCP, this SCP author made a troll article called Siren Head to confuse people even more. Very, very funny. But not for me, who had to keep clarifying to people that no, the one on the wiki is not Siren Head. Stop it. Would the official SCP movie be better served as a found footage movie? I don't think better served is the word I would use, intern Dom. I do not believe I would use the word better served, although there are great found footage stories of SCP that could definitely be made. For instance, there is, I know of, and I'm not allowed to announce yet, a certain found footage SCP film that I will be informing you about in the future when it's ready to start production, crowdfunding, and the like. I'm talking to teams. I'm always talking to teams behind the scenes. And so I can tell you that it will exist eventually, probably. But certain movies are good as found footage, and certain versions of SCP would be better as a full, normal style film. The Containment Breach movie, I assume, would be better not found footage because it's taking place more in a heightened cabin in the woods style kind of parody horror camp situation. Where do you get Class D? Intern Carol Sam. We get Class D from death row inmates who sign away their rights to come join us for a chance at freedom they probably won't get. We pick up homeless people off the street. We take in children who lost their parents in war orphans, or as we like to jokingly call them, warphans. You know, whoever nobody will miss. Intern Jesus, please do not proselytize that Jesus loves us in chat unless you're going to be specific about which Jesus loves us. Because there's SCP-029-J, Uber Driver Jesus. There's SCP-3305, Bread Jesus. SCP-4477, Cockblock Jesus. SCP-5991, Vor Jesus. SCP-6542, Milk Jesus, aka Cheesus. And SCP-7966, Jim Davis, the creator of Garfield Jesus. You got to be very specific with which Jesus you want us to accept love from, because some of those I'm not on board with. I'm not on board with accepting the love of Vor Jesus. Not in it. No. D class also from staff who misbehave. Intern Nulono, you are correct. Sometimes when staff break a rule at such a high level, demoting them to D class is the way. Which SCP is your personal favorite? Intern El Treo. Stream ends in about 24 minutes. And at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. It's like a tradition around here. So you can wait for the end of stream, or you can go to yesterday's stream and skip to the end and cheat. That'll work. Or you can donate and ask, and I'll tell you instantly in return for your generosity. Intern Gwen Haha. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Why are there so many Jizai in the SCP multiverse? Intern something somewhere? You know, the idea of a tulpa, of the idea of multiple people believing in something so much that it manifests the entity in real life. I assume just so many people believe in Jesus that they believe in different kinds of Jizai. And so, I mean, we also have 5 Santa Clauses in containment. So, you know, it's a real hassle. I need to remake my Dr. Sherman Bible eating animation because my quality has gotten a bit better and there's so many things about that current animation that peeve me. Hey, reiterating and making things a bit better the next time, that is good artistic talent and skill growth. So way to go. We just need one more Santa for a 6v6 Pokemon battle. Yeah. Yeah, if we had... Now, okay. The question is who would win a fight between 6 SCP Jizai versus an assumed 6 SCP Santas. I mean, Uber driver Jesus could hit them with a car. That's pretty powerful. Vor Jesus could swallow them and send them to the Jesus theme park, but they could leave, so that's not really useful long term. Red Jesus has healing for the Jizai, so that's helpful. But, well, in Pokemon battles, they can't heal other Pokemon. So that's not so much going to work. Milk Jesus could do a tidal wave of milk. Try and drown them. Jim Davis, creator of Garfield, not going to be super useful. Unless the SCP-3166 shows up, the mascot costume of Garfield that is filled with lasagna with Jim Davis's DNA in the meat that it force feeds to Jim Davis if the Garfield franchise is not doing well. If the Garfield mascot costume could be distracted from Jim Davis and go after the enemies, that could be a useful thing. In double battles, Pokemon can heal one another. That's very useful. Very useful. Now, the Santas, on the other hand, SCP Santa Clauses. Now, I know we have Time Traveler Santa Claus, and that's pretty OP. If you can go back in time, then you can do a lot of work. One of our Santa Clauses, I believe, is a supercomputer, an automated AI that acts like Santa Claus. So that can send gifts. If the gifts it can send are bombs, then maybe that would be a good battle. 6483 has reality warping powers as a Santa Claus. It uses powers to alter immediate surroundings to align with Western European aesthetic of Christmas. Changes clothing of that to a stereotypical outfit for Santa Claus. Manifesting Christmas meals, so that could be healing items. Small items and gifts. Could it be bombs? Instantly teleporting to North and South Pole, so teleporter can dodge attacks. Passively increasing personal happiness and satisfaction around him. Could be a debuff to enemies, because if they're chiller, they won't be so killer. I don't know. I think someone's going to need to do a little research on the Santas and Jizai and work out a battle. That's a hell of a video. If I had time to write that, oh my gosh. Are you part of the O5 Council? Intern Lessiker. Oh no, I am a site director. Level 4 classification level. The O5's way too much pressure. If I can avoid that job, I will take it. Mm-hmm. Site 42 staff, there is approximately 18 minutes left in stream. 18 minutes. Hey, Dr. Sherman, what would happen if you take the top off of SCP-3008 and take a look inside? Would it be infinite if you look, or just a normal size IKEA? I know this is a dumb question. Intern Pandagrass, I would really ask, before asking me questions like this, that you read the SCP document first, because it does answer this question. You see, the IKEA that holds the infinite IKEA, because it's only one IKEA that leads to the infinite IKEA, not all of them. And very specifically, it's only one door of the infinite IKEA, the front door, which we have locked down. If you break a wall or go through any other door into that IKEA building, you end up in the normal IKEA building. It's only the front door that teleports you to the infinite IKEA. So if you take the roof off, you're going to see a normal IKEA. Read the documents, people. Your questions are answered in there. Mm-hmm. Dr. Sherman, how would the Foundation contain V1 Ultra Kill? Intern, dear lady, it's already in hell. We don't have to contain it. That's good news for us. I taped a picture of Shy Guy's face and taped it to Peanut. Intern Leith Pierre. It's not an original prank. We know how to solve that. We just look at everywhere on 173 except for the picture you taped on. You take the picture to 173's face, we look at its feet. It's not that hard. Can SCP-689 unalive SCP-682 and have attempts been made to do so? I do not know if 689 and 682 have crossed over. Let me check the experiment log. SCP-682 termination log. 689. All right, item SCP-689, tissue test record overwritten by O5 command. Termination test record, SCP-682 exposed to 689. Lights shut off in containment area. Lights remain extinguished for 5 minutes. Lights are switched on. 689 remains in its original position. 682 is in a pool of gray and black liquid with no observable life signs. D-Class issued to physically verify 682 termination with 2 agents supervising. D-Class enters 3 steps into containment area when 682 rapidly rises and attacks D-Class personnel. 682 breaches containment and escapes, killing 1 agent in the process. Remaining agent killed by 689 due to accidental observation during testing. Notes: it appears that SCP-682 is not alive in a way that is currently understood, or it is immune to SCP-689. In addition, it appears 682 has prior knowledge of 689, or was somehow able to understand its function in order to play possum and escape. So, the test has been done. Check the SCP-682 termination logs in the future. Been a hot minute since I've hopped into stream here. Well, intern Shadowclaw Skyro, welcome to stream. Good to have you back. It has been a while. Right now, we are advertising for SCP Containment Breach the movie, which is actively kickstarting. And so, right now, the Kickstarter seems a bit stuck at 16,355. I would like it to become unstuck. I want it to move. I want it to get bigger. More people donate to the Kickstarter because we need to get way up to here, 750, if we want a full studio level budget film. So 16 is less than 750. We need more help. I'm very aware of it. Lol, I'll likely pledge to the Kickstarter, just hard to decide what tier. That's what heroes do. And remember, if you cannot donate to the Kickstarter, make sure to share it. Make clips and edits and memes from the 10-minute proof of concept. We need to get the energy out there to tell people there's an SCP movie that could be made, but only if we fund it. I may just do the 250 just because why not? Also, your audio is a bit distinct. Yeah, I hope the button press I just did fixed that. And hey, if you do site director, you'll be twinning with me because that's what I did. So you can either do what I did or can you beat me? I don't know. You might be more powerful than even me. Among your multiverse variants that you are aware of, which would you get along best with? Well, I assume that my compatriot version from the Global Occult Coalition at least wants to keep the veil of secrecy and therefore would not interfere too much with our mission. I mean, would be a little bit too destroy happy with the anomalies, but better than nothing. Ducky Quacken, thank you for gifting 10 Site 42 memberships to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. If you got a promotion from Ducky Quacken, make sure to thank them for their generosity if you're here. I won't go above that because all the above stuff is like flying out or stuff. I'm not prepared for that. Lol, true. At 500, you do go to, you get tickets to the premiere, but then you have to fly out to it. But what I will say is even if you don't deign to fly out, one thing that not a lot of people notice about the Kickstarter is that the producer credits, if you do the 05 level, being an associate producer, a co-producer, executive producer, so those three, I know, very high tier, I get it. But you also get those producer credits on the 2 SCP short films that will be funded by the stretch goals Keter Labs is in place in collaboration with Decentralized Pictures, the Hollywood nonprofit founded by the Coppola siblings, who are going to match donations to SCP short projects. So you can be a producer on 3 different SCP projections in one dono. But you know, I know that's pretty rich for people's blood. I'm not saying you need to. I'm just saying it's a pretty cool thing that you get a producer credit. Your IMDb page automatically has 3 credits if you do that tier. Have you tried to kill 682 by throwing it into a sun, any star, or black hole? Intern Brezik. By the time it gets into the spaceship and it's en route, it typically breaks out because, again, it's a crazy danger lizard. And then it grows solar sails and flies back to Earth to attack us again. So, not super useful. Intern Hack Kid, will shipping of merch be covered? While I don't know the answer to that, I do believe that most Kickstarters have the shipping cost in the merch situation as part of the donation, as part of the Kickstarter funding budget. But you would have to ask Keter Labs directly to be sure. Dr. Sherman, can Reggie beat SCP-6101 if Reggie unlocked his serious side? Intern, Stick War. Reggie could not defeat the most powerful SCP, SCP-6101. I mean, otherwise, SCP-6101 wouldn't be the most powerful SCP. But we are not about to bother Ethan Prosper, SCP-6101, with something so petulant as Reggie, so we're not going to do that matchup. Ducky Quacken, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member and those donated memberships again. Grab yourself a Nutella and cream cheese sandwich. I hear it's pretty good. There's pizza and milkshakes in the commissary for everybody, but I got to head out on another mission. I hope everyone else has a great day. Saluting everyone. Well, thank you for your generosity to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team today, Ducky Quacken, and secure, contain, protect in your future endeavors. Also, we are 8 minutes until the end of stream, so everyone else should be prepping to get back to work too. So many options. Site Director might be the best bang for my buck while not being hella high or having unique stuff to be prepared. Plus, it does include all the stuff from the lower tiers, right? It does include all the stuff from the lower tiers, yes. I settled on Site Director just in case our talks go through and I get to be in the movie. Because then I want to save the cameos stuff for people who are not me. So I don't want to steal those just in case I get to be in the movie. Apparently another SCP is being shipped to the site. Well, intern Leith Pierre, we are a transfer site, so that's not uncommon. Ratman, thank you for your sending a flower to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I'm sure they found it very pretty. Dr. Moonston, unfortunately, you cannot summon Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, today. She is out on a field mission. How do we know the SCP don't have conditions like schizophrenia, or how do we know they are not special non-found diseases? Intern Harry, we do medical exams on SCP anomalies, and most of them do not, but a certain percentage do have mental health issues of some sort. For instance, SCP-3812 would be able to smite us completely and very easily if not for its schizophrenia, or at least schizophrenia-like symptoms. We test for these things. It helps us to contain them properly. I'm stuck in an SCP site. We'll intern something somewhere. That's what happens when you're anomalous. You stay in a humanoid containment cell. That's the rule. That's what we're here for. What if someone who doesn't even have any friends went up to 2316? Could they still recognize the bodies in the water? Intern origin story. Why are you having such a sad life? Go out to group activities with people of like interests. Make some friends. But no, you can still recognize other people, not just friends in 2316. So you would still die. Thank you, Dr. Sherman. I will be back next. Hey, we will be streaming again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. The daily streams continue. I do hope we can get a small 5031 cameo. I reckon a shadow cast on the wall would suffice easily. That would be really cool, intern Skyro Shadowclaw. I do not know what other SCPs are going to be in the film, but the director is talking about that, and I'm sure we will get more reveals as the Kickstarter continues. Nice shirt, Dr. Sherman. Well, thank you very much. I received this as a gift from my brother, so it's very nice. Ah, Site 42. Agent Goose, the Site 42 Animal Wrangler, has blessed you. Although we do not have Puppy of Interest 42 in the site today because of the away mission, we do have a video of the puppies, Puppy of Interest 42 and Grandma J being adorable. So while I cannot show you the puppies IRL, Puppy of Interest 42 and Grandma J are being cuddly in the away field mission. The sweetest pumpkins in all the world. That's a good baby. So, I hope that is adequate since we cannot have an in-person meeting. Okay, Site 42 staff. We are now at the end of stream, and before I go into my standard outro, remember, SCP Containment Breach, the movie, is being kickstarted right now. It started yesterday. We have $16,355 day one. We need more. More backers, more fundage. We need to make this SCP Containment Breach movie happen. They want to put this movie into theaters. They have a 10-minute proof of concept that you can watch. They have brought that 10-minute thing to 2 different genre film fests in America. Got good audience responses. They have all sorts of practical effects. This is not AI. I had a commenter say, hey, that old lady's face looks like AI. And I just had to be like, no, dog. That's just her face. That's just her face, man. And so we have a budget. We have BTS of the filmings. We have a production timeline. Financing happens now. Pre-production begins. We get production and post-production. We get rewards delivery. We get theatrical release Q2 of 2029. We get YouTube release on Q4 of 2029 after the theatrical window. SCP the movie in theaters. They're partnering with a Hollywood nonprofit. Hollywood is taking notice, and they are offering us money to make more SCP films. We have stretch goals. We need to get all the way to 750K. That's what I want. 1 million would be nice, but 750 is a full feature studio level film. Gimme, 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 gimme. So, barring my normal outro, remember, not only donate to the Kickstarter, but share it everywhere. Watch the 10-minute film, comment on it, share it, get people aware of it, get people aware of the Kickstarter, make memes, make edits, make clips, spread it far and wide, talk about it online, tell everyone. This is going to happen. We will have an SCP movie in theaters if we fight. And so, you and me, guys, we're all in this again. Dr. Moonson, I don't have money to donate at all. Donate your time and effort. Give us memes, clips, edits, talk about it, share it in Discord servers, spread it around. First to move is gay. Well, the SCP Foundation is an LGBTQIA-friendly community, so no one has a problem with that. And so, Site 42 staff, if ever you need the link to the Kickstarter, you can go to our Site 42 support link, pinned in the chat or in the description of the VOD. Just pledge $50. Hope they reach their goal. Music Maker. Hell yes, you pitch $50. Hell yes, I'm going to the Kickstarter now to watch the numbers tick up. They're not ticking up. Tick up, damn you. Suffice it to say, we need to make this happen. Help me help you to go watch an SCP movie in theaters, people. Voidster Animations, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as making cool SCP animations in collaboration with us at Site 42. Grab yourself some nachos at the commissary. SCP movie Kickstarter finally went up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Spread it like the wind. Get it out there. Make memes, clips, edit, animate scenes from the Kickstarter film, and then share it. Get it out there. We need to spread the word. Now, Site 42 staff. As always, at the end of stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs, but I'm not going to tell you my favorites are the ones I wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. We can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects too. And while you're over there, you'll find a list of links. And people ask about those links in chat, and then they're not smart enough to find them. It's really sad, but not for you guys. My containment hazard assessment team is not sad. They are mighty. You'll find those links, and when you do, you can become a Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one at a time. Or more importantly, right now, you can donate to Containment Breach the Movie to help get that funded. When you do that, we appreciate your support. You help keep us up and running with your generosity. And if you can't donate, do not fret. You can still donate effort as a member of Mobile Task Force Site 42, codenamed Signal Booster. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make clips, memes, edits of us at Site 42, and also the SCP projects we support, like Containment Breach the Movie by Keter Labs, you are helping talk about us online more. You're making the algorithms think that we're important, and we get spread around more often. That's because of you guys. I can't do it alone. It's up to you. And I thank you for your service, Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codenamed Signal Boosters. But yeah, wasn't there an SCP anime coming out or something? Intern Tao, SCP Galleonic, aka SCP the Anime by SOM Studios, made their Kickstarter goal. And so now they are going into planning production and all that. So we look forward to seeing when that comes to fruition. But now, the live action movie is kickstarting, and we got to get that set too. Otherwise, we'll be missing out. What if in the next couple of years we have an SCP anime and an SCP live action feature film in theaters? Well, that's going to really put us on the map, baby. Hollywood's going to have to listen to us and make more SCP films. Creative Commons be damned. They'll be like, oh no, the fandom wants it, and we will give it. We can do this. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5308, content warning on the last one, it's a rough read. Site 42 staff, this has been another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Go to the Kickstarter for Keter Labs' SCP Containment Breach the Movie, open now, and donate. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. Diddly diddly dee, diddly 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 dee, diddly diddly diddly, staring blankly ahead, just making my way, making a way through the crowd. Diddly diddly dee, dee 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 dee, do 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 do, and I need you, do 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 do, and I miss you, do 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 do. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see SCP Containment Breach the Movie in theaters tonight. Do donate to the Kickstarter. Do make memes and shit. Do make it happen. Do hell yeah. The credit song is 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. Be safe, be well, Site 42 staff. Thank you 100 stars for sending last minute sparkles. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream.